everybody, happy August. Welcome to our first Awaken Movement community video. This is our first class, our first yoga flow. This month is all about ladder flows. So for each of these, we're gonna start with a nice warm up. We're gonna end with a nice cool down, but in between we do a ladder flow. So what that means is each round you go through the flow, you add on one or two more poses. So for the first round of that particular pose, you spend a few breaths in it, really feel into it. And then for the rounds after, it's more one breath cycle per posture. And you're just adding on like a ladder rungs. So that's the plan for these 4 classes in August. And I will say that this first class is the most beginner-ish, beginner intermediate, and then they get intermediate, and then the last one is more intermediate advanced. So it kind of does that type of progression. For class today, I don't think you need any props other than your mat. So grab that and we'll get started. So today we're going to begin in a nice, easy seated pose. You can stack your right shin in front of your left shin. Roll back onto your sit bones. Nice tall posture with the crown of your head high. Spend a few breaths centering into this position, into this moment, into this practice. Knowing that for the next chunk of time, this is where you are, this is what you're focusing on. And allow yourself to just get lost in that movement meditation. We'll take one breath to arrive. One breath to focus. And one breath to prepare. If they're not already there, place your hands on top of your knees and you can open your eyes if they close. We're going to take some nice seated rib circles. So just pretend you have a laser point or something on the front of your belly button, the front of your solar plexus here, and you're just going to make a circle with it. So circle the ribs to the front, to the right, behind you, and to the left. I like to inhale as I bring my chest forward and exhale as I round it back. A couple more in this direction. Feeling into these spaces, these nooks and crannies of your ribs that maybe you don't typically move into. And we'll switch directions now. So bring the ribs to the right, to the front, to the left, and back behind you. Moving at whatever pace your breath calls for. Using your hands as traction against your knees to pull you deeper into the pose. Good, last one, bring it around to the front. And then shake it out a little bit, do a wiggle, and move into some side bending. So place your right hand out to the side, and you'll sweep your left arm up and overhead. So instead of just collapsing entirely, think about reaching up just as much as you reach over. Open up through those left ribs. Keep some length in your right side waist. Final inhale here, stretch a little further. And exhale back to center. Slide your left hand out to the side, inhale, sweep your right arm overhead. Keep both sit bones equally grounded. chest open to the sky just a bit. One more deep inhale in and exhale out. Now we'll move breath with movement, which is the theme of all these practices. So inhale, bring it over to the right side bend. Exhale back through center. Inhale, right arm overhead, side bend over to the left. Exhale back to center. Inhale, side bend to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale, side bend over to the left. Exhale, center. Now do it with your own breath. Feel free to close your eyes. Last one over to the left. Good. Roll out your shoulders to the back. And roll them to the forward, to the front. Good. Now we're going to take some slightly bigger sweeps. I'm going to turn here. So you'll flex your trunk over your shins and then sweep the right arm behind you as the left arm comes overhead. And then left arm guides the way, leads the trunk forward over the shins. Plants behind you and the right arm sweeps overhead as you lean back. So it's this nice circular arcing motion. One arm plants, the other reaches and opens your chest. Just let your shoulders, let your trunk follow that arm. Couple more on each side. Final one, plant your left hand behind you, sweep your right arm overhead. Lean back, and then come back to center. Keep the cross of the right leg in front of the left. Stretch your fingertips long in front of you, and come into 3 pulses. So your fingertips and your sit bones are reaching in opposite direction. You're just gonna pulse 1, 2, 3. Bring your hands behind you. Plant through your knees as you lift and extend your hips to the sky. Drop your head back. Big inhale to fill the space. Exhale, drop the hips back down to the mat. And then here we switch the cross or legs without using our hands. So plant the right leg first, then the left shin in front. Reach the fingertips out. Pulse 1, 2, 3. Hands back behind you, lift up onto your knees, extend your hips, drop your head back, big breath in. Exhale, lower your hips down back to the mat. Switch the cross of your legs without using your hands. Reach your fingertips in front of you. 3 pulses here. 1, 2, 3. Hands behind you, bridge up. Full breath in and full breath out as you lower back down. Last one to the other side. Switch the cross. Extend your arms long in front of you. Big pulses. 1, 2, 3. Plant your hands behind you as you bridge up. And lower back down. So you should feel nice and loose through your hips, through your spine, a little bit into your shoulders as well. Let's bring our legs behind us and come into a tabletop pose. So stack your knees under your hips, stack your wrists under your shoulders. And I want you to untuck your toes so the tops of your feet are landed on the mat. Inhale, come into cow tilt. So you'll drop your belly, lift your tail, reach your chest through your shoulders. And exhale, move into cat, tuck your tailbone around your spine, and then press through the tops of your feet to lift your knees just an inch off the mat. Drop them back down again, inhale into cow pose. Exhale, cat pose as you lift the knees. Really press into your palms to separate your shoulder blades. Couple more like this. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Take out the lift if you want. This is just a really good way to engage through your core and get prepared for the class. Inhale, cow tilt, drop the belly, lift the tail and the crown of your head. Exhale, cat pose, round your spine, tuck navel into nose, lift the knees. Let's do one more. Exhale, cat pose. Good. Tuck your toes under and walk your hands to the back of your mat, coming into Malasana squat. So if you know you need more space, go ahead and stack a brick or a block underneath your hip bones. Stretch your fingertips in front of you and just rock from heel to ball of foot. Loosening up just a bit more into your hips. If stillness serves you better, just take a still Malasana shape. A couple more breaths here. Good. Now, walk your hands out to a down dog. Spread your fingers wide, root through all 10 knuckles. And then at first, let's take a nice generous bend in our knees. So think about wrapping your biceps in towards each other, hugging the forearms in towards each other. Releasing the shoulders from the ears. Nice long line of energy through your spine as your sit bones tilt up to the sky. So take a breath in this solid shape. And then we'll move into a little down dog warm up. Whatever variations you want. Let's take an inhale, bend the knees a little more, drop the chest down a little more. Exhale, straighten your knees, melt your heels to the mat if they reach. Inhale, bend the knees, melt the chest down. Exhale, drop the heels, straighten the legs. One more like this. Inhale, bend, drop the chest. Exhale, straighten your line with your legs. Good. Now slowly walk your way to the top of your mat until you come into a forward fold. Feet are hip width distance apart. Micro bend in your knees. Your fingertips can rest on the mat or your palms, or you can cross your elbows. Just take a gentle sway from side to side. I'll do a little forward fold warm up as well. Start to slow down from your swaying and find a still shape. Bring your fingertips or the palms of your hand to your shins. On an inhale, come up to a flat spine, a flat back. So your sit bones and the crown of your head are reaching in opposite directions. Your spine is nice and straight. Take as much bend in your knees as you need. And then exhale, slowly let the hands waterfall down the legs as you straighten into your legs and kind of round through your spine. Inhale, flat back, straight spine, hands onto shins. Gaze is forward beneath you. Exhale, straighten legs, fold down. Gaze is up between your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Now stack your spine. Send weight into your heels as you roll up one segment at a time until you rise up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Almost done with our warm up here. We'll work into some top half Sun Salutations. So if you did the beginner classes in July, you'll know these. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, upward salute. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, bend your knees, then straighten them as you lift your arms overhead. Exhale, hands come through heart center in a prayer position, and then release down by your side. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins. Exhale, release it down. Bend into your knees, sit into your heels, stand up, arms overhead. Exhale, thumbs slice through your face, and then release down. It's kind of a violent way of saying it, of doing this. All right, let's do a few more. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, drop it down. Stand up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands in a prayer position, and then release to your sides. Let's do 2 more with your own breath so you can feel into the meditation here. Go ahead and start. Take a few more breaths and we'll all meet in Tadasana. So from here we're going to move into our ladder flow. As I said, the first round or the first cycle in each pose will stay a few more breaths, and then subsequent rounds you'll do 1 breath cycle per movement. So inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. This is the spot that we return to. This is the spot that we start from, is our forward fold in this class. So on your inhale, step your right leg back and lower that knee down, low lunge. Set your weight into the left heel and take a moment to settle into this lunge shape. So roll the right hip forward, the left hip back, and tuck your tailbone under a little bit to get that pelvis rotated. If you want, you can reach your arms overhead, biceps framing the ears. And then take an extra breath to just sink into the stretch more, opening through the front of your right hip. Hug the inner thighs together, keep length through your side waist. Good, and our second pose, we're going to come to a modified side plank. We did this in our 3rd or 4th class in the beginner series. So you'll kickstand your right foot out to the side and extend your left leg out long as your pelvis faces the long edge of the mat. Planting onto your right foot, left arm stretches in the opposite direction of the left leg, and then bend your left knee and capture your left ankle with your left hand. Nice quad stretch here. Roll your left shoulder open. Send breath into the front of your left hip. Good, now I came back from where we started. So from your modified side plank, we're gonna extend long again. Step your left foot forward, come into your low lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step the right foot forward to the top of your mat, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Other side. Inhale, step the left leg back, low lunge, lower the back knee. Toes can tuck or untuck. Lift your body up. Take a moment to set your hips. Again, we don't want to dump into the low back and let the pelvis tip forward. We'd rather tip it back and get a better stretch. Arms overhead. See if you can sink a little deeper into your stretch on the exhale. Good, now we move into a modified side plank. Kickstand your left foot out to the side, plant onto your left hand, and extend your right leg long as your pelvis faces the side. Reach your right fingertips out, bend your right knee, and then grab onto that ankle. Couple breaths here. Good. Extend long again. Come back from where you started. Step your right foot forward into a low lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold to the top of your mat. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now we add on to our ladder. Inhale, step your right leg back. Low lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, stay. Inhale, modified side plank to face the left. Exhale, bend your knee behind you. Inhale, hold on to that ankle. Exhale, keep your right knee where it is. Plant your left foot on the very outer corner and sit your hips back into this kind of weird half squat stretch. This is a nice inner groin adductor stretch. So your hips are sitting back onto your heels and your fingertips are stretching out long. The weight is on the front of the right foot, the shin, and into the sole of the left foot. Good, now our next pose, we face the back of our mat, come into a half splits. So rotate the body to the back, scoot your right knee back and straighten into your left leg. Hips are stacked over the right knee. I like to take a nice long spine on the inhale and forward fold on the exhale. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, exhale. Now come back to where you started. We'll move through that. We'll just call it the half squat stretch. Good. And then spring forward into your modified side plank with the quad stretch. One breath here. Step your left foot forward to a low lunge, arms overhead, inhale. And exhale, step the right foot up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Other side, inhale, step the left foot back, drop that knee, arms overhead, low lunge. Exhale, sink it in. Plant your left hand, kicks in your left foot out, side plank. Exhale, bend your right knee. Reach back with your right arm, inhale, kick, quad stretch. Exhale, release your right foot to the corner of the mat. Sit your hips back to your heels, stretch your fingers long. We'll spend a few breaths in this pose. Good, now turn your body to face the back edge of your mat. Come into half splits, plant through your hands, scoot your left knee back, straighten into your right leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then reverse the order. Bend into your right knee, face the long edge of your mat. Come into this half squat stretch. And then plant your left hand. Inhale, reach long, modified side plank. Exhale, quad stretch. Inhale, step your right leg forward, low lunge, arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. A little faster through that sequence, and we'll add on 2 more poses. Inhale, low lunge, step the right leg back. Exhale, sink into your stretch. Inhale, modified side plank, open up to the left. Stretch it long. Exhale, quad stretch. Bend your knee. Inhale, plant your left foot, stretch your fingertips in front of you. Exhale, sit your hips back to your heels. Turn your body to face the back edge of your mat. Inhale, half splits. Exhale, fold into your half splits. Now, we're going to come into pyramid pose and we'll hold it for a few breaths. So bend back into your left knee. Press your hands and lift up into pyramid. So angle your right toes out to the side, drop onto your right heel. Your hips are square, so roll your right hip forward and your left hip back. If you want, you can place your hands onto your hip bones just to see where they're positioned. And again, I like to inhale to a flat back and exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Good. Roll onto the ball of your right foot, bend into your left knee, rise up, crescent lunge. Biceps from your ears, lunge into that left knee. Press back through the right heel, draw an angle into spine and maintain length through your side waist. Good, one more breath. Stretch your fingertips higher. And then exhale, fold into pyramid. Inhale, drop your right knee, half splits, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming back in the reverse order. Inhale, turn your body to face the side. Sit your right hip down onto your heels. Stretch your fingertips long. Exhale, stay. Plant your right hand, modified side plank, stretch it long. Exhale, bend your left knee, capture that ankle, quad stretch. Inhale, left foot steps forward, low lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, right foot steps up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Other side, left leg steps back. Inhale, low lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, sit into your lunge. Plant your left hand, inhale, modified side plank, open up to the right. Exhale, bend your knee, quad stretch. Inhale, plant your right foot at the corner of the mat. Stretch your fingertips long. Exhale, sit your hips to your heels. Half squat. Inhale, face the back of your mat. Half splits. Straighten through your right leg. Scoot your left knee back. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up into pyramid pose. Press your palms. Swivel onto the back left heel. Place your hands on your hips. Roll the left hip forward, the right hip back. Inhale, halfway lift through the spine. Exhale, fold. Energetically pull your right heel back to engage your right hamstring and keep a soft bend in the knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good, now bend into your right knee. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Rise up into crescent lunge. Square your hips. Press your left heel back. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. One more breath to reach higher. And exhale into pyramid pose. Drop the left knee, inhale, half splits. Exhale, come to the side of the mat into your half squat. Plant through left hand, inhale, modified side plank. Exhale, quad stretch. Grab that ankle. Inhale, step your right leg forward. Low lunge, arms overhead if you want. And exhale, left foot steps to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. We've got one more cycle, and then our last round we'll do everything one breath per movement. So we're just adding on 2 more poses this round at the very end. One more breath to prepare. Inhale, right leg steps back, low lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, sit into your stretch. Plant your right hand, inhale, modified side plank, open up to the left. Exhale, quad stretch if you have time or want to. Inhale, plant your left foot to the corner of the mat, stretch your fingertips long. Exhale, sit right hip bone, sit bone onto the right heel. Face the back edge of your mat, scoot your right knee back, inhale, half splits. Exhale, fold. Now for pyramid pose, now just stay on the ball of the back foot, modified pyramid. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, crescent lunge, bend into your left knee. Exhale, stay. Inhale, drop the right heel down, open the hips to the side, warrior two. So your left knee is stacking over your left ankle. Pelvis opens up to the side. Arms are outstretched, gaze is in front of you. Find that focus point, that drishti point, and let your breath settle. Now widen your left toes so you have a nice wide base of support for balance. Then we're going to step on our inhale into tree pose. So bring that right foot forward and place it anywhere along the inner seam of your left leg. Hands meet at heart center. Use your muscles to pull your right knee out to the side. Lift tall through the crown of your head and root deep through your heel. Good, now you reverse the order. So inhale, tree pose. Exhale, stay. Inhale, step the right leg back. Foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat, warrior two. Exhale, stay. Rotate onto the ball of your right foot. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, stay. Straighten into your left leg as you fold down into pyramid pose. And stay. Drop onto the right knee. Inhale, half splits, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Turn to face long edge of your mat. Move into your half squats. Fingertips stretch long. Exhale, sit it back. Plant into the right hand. Inhale, modified side plank. Lift the left leg up. And exhale, bend into that knee. Low lunge, left foot steps forward, arms overhead. Exhale, right foot steps up and meets the left. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, low lunge, left foot steps back, drop onto that knee, arms overhead. Exhale, sink it in. Kickstand your left foot out, modified side plank to the wide edge of the mat. Exhale, bend your right knee, capture that ankle. Inhale, right foot plants to the corner, stretch your fingertips long. Exhale, sit it back, half squat. Face the short edge of your mat at the back. Inhale, half splits, move the left knee back, straighten to the right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pyramid pose on the ball of your foot. Exhale, release down. Bend into your right knee. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, stay. And then inhale, warrior two, into the right leg. Hips are facing left, right knee is pulling out. Long line of energy between your fingertips. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Good. Now widen your right toes. Feel into that balance, into that strength, that rooting down. On your inhale, step up into tree pose. Left foot lands anywhere on the inside of the right leg, just not on the knee joint itself. Spend a few breaths here. Pull your left knee out. Reach long in opposite directions. And now we reverse the order. So inhale, tree pose. Exhale, stay. 1 breath cycle per pose. Inhale, step the left foot back, warrior 2. Breathe out. Inhale, crescent lunge. Ball of the left foot, arms overhead. Exhale, stay. Inhale, pyramid pose, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down, straight leg. Plant your left knee. Inhale, half splits, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step into your little half squat. And exhale, sit your hips back. Inhale, plant your left hand, modified side plank, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend your right knee, quad stretch. Inhale, low lunge, arms overhead, right foot steps up to the top of your mat. Exhale, left foot meets it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. So on this last round, I'll just say the pose names. You know the cues by now. And you know to spend 1 inhale and 1 exhale in each pose. So that's the plan this last time through. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, low lunge, right leg back. Inhale, modified side plank, open up to the left. Exhale, bend your knee. Inhale, half squat. Stretch your fingertips, exhale, sit it back. Inhale, half splits, back of your mat, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pyramid on the ball of your foot. Breathe out. Inhale, crescent lunge, back of your mat. Left knee bends. Exhale, stay. Inhale, open it up, warrior 2. Inhale, step forward into tree pose. Exhale, stay. 1 deep breath in here. Breath out, and then we reverse the order. Inhale, warrior 2. Full breath out. Breathe in, crescent lunge. Pyramid pose, modified, ball of the foot. Exhale, fold. Drop under right knee, half splits. Full breath out. Half squat, bend into the left knee. Face the long edge of the mat. Sit it back. Inhale, modified side plank. Right hand plants, left limb stretch long. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, left leg, low lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot up. Inhale. Straight spine, flat back. Exhale, release. So now final thing is we're going to do it on the other side. Inhale, low lunge. Left foot steps back. Arms overhead. Inhale, modified side plank. Open up to the side. Exhale, quad stretch if you want. Inhale, half squat. Exhale, sit it back. Inhale, half splits. Adjust as needed. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pyramid. Modified on the ball of foot. Inhale, crescent lunge. Rise a full exhale, breath out. Inhale, warrior 2. balance into the right foot. Inhale, tree pose at the back of your mat. Hands at heart center. One more full breath cycle here. In and out. Inhale, warrior two. Inhale, crescent lunge. Full breath out. Inhale, pyramid. Flat back. Exhale, fold it. Inhale, half split, straight spine. Exhale, release down. Face the wide edge of your mat. Inhale, half squat. Exhale, sit hips back. Left hand plants. Inhale, modified side plank. Exhale, quad stretch. Inhale, low lunge, right foot up. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Sway the hips from side to side. Regather your breath if you lost it. Now heel toe your feet out a little wider. Bring your heels in, your toes out. Sit into Malasana. Moving into our cool down here. So let's take a few breaths in this still shape. So bring your palms to touch. Press your elbows into your knees into your elbows. Lift the crown of your head high. Final exhale. Extend your right elbow so your right fingertips are out to the side. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Twisting and opening up through your side body and into your hips. One more breath. Exhale, release it back down. Left hand out to the side. Inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, back to center. Stretch your fingertips long and round into your spine. So it's not quite as pretty of a shape. Just spending a couple of breaths here. Final inhale. And exhale. Drop down onto your sit bones and scoot your bottom back a little bit. So our kneecaps are pointing to the sky, the soles of our feet are rooted down into the mat. Place your hands on your shins. Inhale, think cow spine. Drop the head back, lift the chest. Exhale, think cat spine, rounded in, tuck chin to chest. A few more with your breath. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat, and keep going. Last cycle. Make it feel good. Place your right hand on the outside of your left knee, twist open. Left hand plants behind you. Exhale, back to center. Left hand on outside of right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, back to center. 2 more times on each side. Inhale, open to the left. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, twist open to the right. Exhale to middle. One more time. Exhale brings you back to center. And then we're going to lay down onto our backs. Bring your right knee into your chest. And then hold on to it with your right hand. Do little semicircles. So create just a nice arcing shape if you don't feel any bony pinching or stopping. So the right knee is going out to the right, and then you're bringing it back in with your hand to your chest. Good. Bend your left knee up, cross your right ankle over your left leg. Recline pigeon or figure four stretch. You can stay here, pulling your right knee out to the side, or you can reach your hands through the little window and hold on to your left shin or the back of your left hamstring. Big outer hip stretch. One more full breath. Release the grasp of your hands, keep your feet as they are, and then drop the sole of the right foot off to the left side. Twist open to the right and hold onto the right foot with the left hand. Good, bring it back to center. Stretch your right leg long. Hug your left knee into your chest. And create those little half circles, bringing your knee out to the side and into your chest again. Letting the left hand guide it. Letting the left leg itself be really heavy. One more. Bend your right knee in, plant the sole of your foot, and then cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Again, stay here if this is enough of a stretch for you. Otherwise, reach for the right leg through that window. If this is too much of a stretch where you're really tense, maybe meet halfway and hang out on that right hamstring. Feel more sensation. Move your left ankle further down your thigh and pull your right knee closer in towards your body. Take 2 more breaths. And then plant the sole of the left foot down to the right edge of the mat. Hold on to your left foot with your right hand and then stretch your left arm along to the side. A nice hip opener and a nice spinal twist for us to finish out. One more full breath in. And full breath out. And stretch your legs long to the corners of the mat. Arms down by your side. Find corpse pose, Shavasana. Resist the urge to let your mind wander. Just stay here a few more moments in this present space. This is the time you allotted yourself to have. So let your whole mind, body, breath, spirit, soul be committed to it. You can pause the video and stay longer if you have time. Otherwise, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll on to one side. And then press up into a seated pose. Cross your legs, place your hands on your knees. One more big inhale together. One releasing exhale. Hands at heart center. Namaste. All right, thank you guys for joining for class 1 in this August series of ladder flows. Stay tuned for the rest of the classes. They'll be pretty similar, maybe just a few more advanced strengthening or balancing poses, but otherwise it'll be the same format with the nice warm up, cool down, and then the ladder flow in between. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you've never done a ladder flow before, they're kind of fun. They both make you pay attention and let you kind of zone out and get lost in it, so I really enjoy them. If you did like this, then please share the Awakened Movement community with others. That's a tongue twister. All right, and I will see you guys next time.